Yes, Rajdeep, I want to say this, that there are too many checks and balances within audit and compliance within the Indian Defence Services. Everywhere, all that comes out, it is the army which has ordered the court of inquiry. So therefore, if they find something, let me assure you what action is taken within the defence forces. I just want to tell you that Tehelka, one Major General, one Brigadier has already been punished. What happens to the civils? Second point, I want to tell you that other cases of everywhere, the defence services take immediate action and take note of it. Such compliance and audit is done within the defence services.
All right, that's a fair point.
This is not to say that we are defending these two officers.
All right, that's a fair point. Kanwar Sandhu, if I could come to you, General Singh mentioned the Tehelka case, but we have seen cases where the army is quick to move. Its court of inquiry brings out a report, action is taken against officers, but civilian courts perhaps don't move as quickly. Do you agree with that?
Yes, it is true that when one looks at the environment in which the armed forces function, the army's credibility is still very high. But if you look at army's own credibility and reputation today and what it was, let's say, 4 decades ago, I think the credibility has definitely taken a nosedive. And this points to the fact that particularly in the appointment of senior officers, I think there is need for much greater scrutiny.
All right, Colonel, but respond to that, because in this case, prima facie, there is some kind of wrongdoing, if you like, a general's name in the name of this Gita Trust, Educational Trust. It begins, it sounds at prima facie level that there has been many issues, many of the allegations seem to be true.
Look, if let the court of inquiry be over, and you can be sure that if there is anyone found guilty, he will be taken to task. There is accountability here. It's not like certain bureaucrats or politicians who can do far worse and not get...
I think the point is taken about accountability, but the point that Kanwar Sandhu is making of credibility. I want to ask both of you in the services. General Singh, a quick response to you, because it's not just this case. There have been cases of pilferage of ration meant for forces, liquor being misused, now land scams. How do you respond to that? Has the credibility of the Indian Army in the eyes of the average citizen taken a knock or not?
Rajdeep, if anything is found, but let us look at it in the whole nation today. Have we looked at what is happening to other scams everywhere? What is the
So the army was supposed to be different. The army was supposed to be different. The respect of the army came because the army was not like any other institution.
Therefore, today we got to take note of this at the national level, why it is happening, why there is a shortage, why the youth is not coming, why the right material is not coming, the nation is just sleeping over them, why the veterans are sitting outside, why one rank, one pension has not been granted, why the genuine demands have not been met. Do you think today the youth is seeing the academies khali? I just want to beseech the conscience of this nation that let's make our security the best.
Okay, point taken. Point taken. Point taken.
Just a bad name.
I think your point is taken. You can't generalize. But final word to you, Colonel Bhatt. Is there a credibility crisis or not? Tehelka happened. Defense deals came under the scrutiny. Now you've got from as I said, ration meant for forces scams to liquor scams to land scams.
Okay. Quickly on Tehelka. Tehelka was...
quickly on the credibility factor.
On Tehelka, one must say that it was very selective. It tried that sting operation with the army not concerned, where there was no sale, there was no deal. But it did not dare to try it with the politicians or the bureaucrats, the same kind of sting. Fine. Okay. Other thing is that, as a platoon commander, a troop leader, a battery commander, a commanding officer, you feel like a king when you're in regimental soldiering. It's like nothing on earth. There's a fantastic relationship. But the day the army officer, the armed forces officer, lands up in New Delhi, and when he functions, in the midst of the bureaucrat and the politician who are his bosses.
You're saying the Babu and the Neta is equally responsible. Don't blame the generals.
No, they are the ones who set the examples. They are the ones from whom the army officer first gets the armed forces officer first gets his, you know.
I'm seeing a conspiracy against the defense services here.
Okay. Point taken.
I'm seeing to belittle the Indian Defence Services, I am seeing a conspiracy.
All right,
this is not the right thing to do for the nation. Let's look after and let us train. Let us give them the equipment. Let us look after our people.
Point taken, sir.
Let us defend this country.
Point taken.
It's a bit. Raise these small issues.
Whether it's the judiciary or the army, it seems that whenever you criticize them, it seems like a conspiracy. Kanwar Sandhu, General Singh, Colonel Bhatt, appreciate your joining us here. Well, carry forward this debate, remember, on IBNlive.com. That's where you can take this debate. Has the taint of corruption reached the very top of the Indian Army?